Hi, everybody. Ooh, can you see all right?
What if I do? Upgrade the diet?
Oh well. There we are. Very good. How is everyone? I hope you're doing well. I was trying to listen to some music today, cheat a little bit, but for some reason my headphones don't really work, so I'm just hanging out in silence with y'all. How are you, Andreas? I hope you're doing well. Today, I work on pills. Aren't they cute? But I just finished the last blue coat on this one, and so let's see how it goes. I think it'll be alright. I'm assuming they're going to be a little bit sloppy. Yeah. Because, tape. But I think overall it's going to be okay. I think because we're going to do black lining, like on these guys. We're going to do a little white highlights on them. Oops, pressed a button. There we go. Okay. So I'm doing this one today, and I have another jacket that I have an idea for. It's top secret though, so you'll just have to be here when I work on it to find out. Or just wait until I post it, and then you'll see. I forgot my trash can. Aw, they're cute. Cute little guys. Black paint. I thought I was actually prepared this time. I think I mostly am, though. Hi, Sam! How is my audio this time? I'm using a different mic. I hope it's a little bit better. I'm still experimenting. I don't want to have to unplug my Snowball from my normal computer every time I do this. So I'm experimenting with some other mic positions. Do I sound okay? I feel a tiny bit bad for this palette here. Oh, I have two mics? Oh, hold on. There. Less echoey? I'm gonna hope so. I'm learning this stuff. So what has everyone been up to today? I got to go on a lovely adventure to my local Walmart, which, not great, but, thanks. I apologize for my dog screaming in the background sometimes. Hi. shush, shush. Don't yell at each other. Oh my gosh. No, I don't know if I have enough weird scientific equipment to start trying out my Eclipse Phase character. Because I feel like he'd have a bunch of shit that he might not even know how to use, you know? His twin probably would, though, yeah? Mr. Man, why are you rambunctious now? Why are you trying to get into stuff? Okay, buddy. I need a steady hand. These dogs, I'll tell you what. Alright, go lay down. Go on. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. How fancy. A former missile guidance system AI. I like this. I'm pretty stuck on that lemur idea, though. For anyone who's lost, I'm playing... Well, not playing. I'm playing with the idea of this Eclipse Phase character who is a lemur. Well, he's technically two lemurs, but kind of only one lemur. He's also a kingpin. Other self-destructing AIs. That's adorable and I love it. Oh my, there's so many people. Oh yeah, kind of like Dr. Mario. If it was less wholesome, I love it. If Dr. Mario got you high as hell, hell yeah. Bloop. You know, actually, you're probably right. Dr. Mario probably... Yeah. Cabin Mario Party? That sounds kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. I'm usually not very much for Mario Party. I think it takes too long for me a lot of the time. It's like a Monopoly. It's like I love this idea, and then I'm halfway through it like, can we be done? But I don't know. I haven't played any new Mario Parties in a while, so yeah. So messy. Hey. How about you don't yell at yourselves or each other? The battlefield that's behind me, I'll tell you what. Doggo wrestling is like, weirdly enough, it mostly happens when I'm trying to talk to people. They have sat quietly pretty much just all day hanging out with me, napping. Every once in a while they'll come up and poke me, like this one. But yeah, they're pretty quiet a lot of the time. And then the second I'm on mic for streaming, for playing games, for whatever. They're both just like, oh, now is the time for war. Oh, these guys? So they're not so shaped like, I guess they technically are, but they're made to look like they're falling out from behind the pocket. I might paint the pocket a color at some point, or maybe put stud work on it to help define that though. Hey. That's not. Now to separate you two. That's what I thought. It kind of blends in unless you start like moving it around. Next. Boing. So to any of you who have played Cyberpunk, which are your favorite gangs? I like the Mox a lot, obviously. Maelstrom for me is a bummer because they're just so cool. But boy oh boy are they awful. Awful homies. Okay. Well, now you get to get separated because you won't stop yelling. Go on. Let's go. Time out. Here you go. Anyway, I like the Mox. And Maelstrom's cool, except they're really, really, really bad guys. I could ref the puppy Super Bowl. Wait. Is today the Super Bowl? Hi, chat. Hi, chat. Well, whoops. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me instead of watching a bunch of large, burly men run into each other over a leather ball. I don't think they use real leather anymore, do they? I bet it's synthetic. I'm sorry. Spurs. It's good to see you. Well, hear from you. I mean, I'm sure that football butts are like really great. In fact, they always look like good butts. But I wonder how much of it is the pants. Because, I mean, those pants. Those pants. Like, I don't have much of a butt. But I bet if I wore those pants, I would look like I had a bit of a butt. Oh, and Lay, you haven't played Cyberpunk. I'm thinking about streaming it if I start doing video games sometime soon. So, if you feel like watching it, you can hang out. Does Taylor Swift have any sort of actual stake in the Super Bowl other than her boo thing, I guess? Right? That's what's going on? See, here, I think, personally, okay, everybody's always said wrestling is fake. And, I mean, let's be real, it's scripted for sure. But I think football is scripted. I have no evidence for this, except that it'd be kind of cool to think about it, being like, it's totally scripted. And then Taylor Swift is all like, all right, look, I'm gonna date this one dude. And then our relationship is gonna like spur him onward because he needs like, you know, that yeah, somebody's got my back. And then he wins the Super Bowl and it's a whole cool, you know, arc, story arc. Huh? Is that a good theory? I think it's a good theory. And strangely enough, on this platform, I think it's true. If anyone argues with me, you're welcome to, but I'm just gonna ignore those comments. Because I like the idea that it's all scripted. Anyway, that's my knowledge on the topic. Ooh. Wait, what? Betting apps are putting up odds for her outfit and makeup choices. Even more evidence for it being scripted. It's all a ruse. It's all a ruse. Now, I think in 10 years, when it comes out that football has been scripted for the past 20 years, I'm going to be really excited. That's it. But on to things that I know a little bit more about. I've been playing that whole BG3 recently. Well, I beat my first run through, and I'm playing as an evil campaign now, and oh, a boy. Oh, I mean, I'll be probably switching it up some, but I like the idea of doing like a whole run through with Cyberpunk, just streaming, so people can hang out with me while I do it. But I'll probably switch things up, because that's a long game, and I don't want to play it only for that long. Whoops, I've been working off camera. I'm sorry, folks. What a bad host am I? I had a fun experience at a Lowe's today. This is a good story. So I went to a Lowe's today because I needed to get a few things. Needed to get some padlocks because I've been thinking about getting into locksmithing and getting some practice in with other types of locks and mechanisms and whatnot is a good idea. So I went to go do that, and I'm like, I want to make myself a little lock board. I wonder if they have any just scrap wood from people cutting wood that they didn't want some of it, that I can just buy at a super small discount, or a super discount, or free. I asked a guy, he said, yeah, here, takes me to this spot, gives me a chunk of wood, says, you can just have it. Tell him Isaac told you can have it. I said, okay. So I walk up, I go to the self-checkout, and I just look at the person, guarding the door, the person attending the self-checkout, and I go, Isaac said I can just have this. And it was one of those moments that I wish I had like cyber eyes that I could record, because the guy's face is one of just utter confusion. As he just stared at me for a second, and I said, so yeah. And then this Isaac fellow just appears next to me. He goes, yeah, I said he could have it. It's just a piece a client didn't, or a customer didn't want. Anyway, the guy's face was priceless. He looked very confused. Like, why did Isaac say this? Did Isaac actually say this, or is this man fibbing to me? Anyway, it was a fun story. Or a fun experience, at least. Yeah, I didn't know that lock sport was a thing until recently. Like, it's like Rubik's Cubes, but locks and lockpicks, which is pretty freaking neat. Not really locksmithing, because a lot of the time they'll have like super specialized tools for super specialized locks. And oftentimes locksmiths don't have the kind of time to just sit and do that. And so they will have other forms of entry from what I've seen. But yeah, Locksport is super neat. This is just the stuff that I've learned. I don't know how much of it is 100% accurate. Because, you know, I'm just starting this little journey of mine here. These pills are just so dang cute. Yes, 100%. I wish I could just talk to Withers. Be like, hey, you creepy skeleton man, here's 100 gold. Let me take all of my experiences and just condense them down differently. Love it. And yeah, it's usually easier just to get either, just to completely bypass the door, depending on what kind of doors they have. They have cool, like, gadgets for all sorts of different kinds of doors and locking mechanisms to just go, yeah, there's a lock there, but why? Which is kind of terrifying to think about, like, how easy it is to get into places. That's gonna get me flagged if I talk too much about that, probably, though, so. Anyway, I'm gonna make a lock board. It's gonna be fun. I'm gonna practice picking those locks and seeing how it goes. From what I hear most of the time, if you're going to be a locksmith and make money, it's best to go it your own and just start your own little thing going on. So that's something I've also been thinking about now. I'm just telling you about stuff. I don't know, I'm just talking because it's quiet over here. So I think what I'm going to do on this side, I'm going to have it mirrored, so you can't really see, I don't think. There's very light writing. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a Akira reference here. I'm going to do a good for health, bad for education. I think that's a good idea. Locksmith Guilds in Georgia, really? I wonder if there's any... It's been frustrating, actually, because, like, it's been really difficult to find any in-person training unless you're in, like, Virginia, New York, or, like, Nevada or some shit, and it's just like, huh? What's up with that? I don't know. Oh yeah, I've watched quite a few locksmithing lawyer videos. It's wild shit. Homie's like, oh, this unpickable lock that like costs $300 because it has like a computer inside it, not literally, but magnets inside it. Give me a sec. Pretty crazy. Yeah, and that makes total sense. I mean, you don't want to just be like, oh, you want to learn how to get into places that you're not technically supposed to be? Let me just teach you. Though, in my research for locksmithing, I have found all sorts of other interesting schools that do just teach you, like, you want to get into places you're not supposed to? We'll teach you how to do it. But that, you know, that costs money, so... I should clean this brush. Where to put my clean? That's concerning. I don't know where I put... Just like wood splitting? Nago, where is my rinsing water? Where'd I put it? Your homie is a mess, friends. What? Look at this dog. Look at this. Look on! Ugh. Isn't he cute? You want him to be in my lap. Don't get scared now. He's a sweetie. Yeah. Alright, friends. Well, I'm going to have to BRB while I... No, I don't. Got my nasty ass rinse water. Does anyone here take really good care of like their brushes and stuff like that, or is everybody else like me and like not so great to their art supplies, which makes me sad a lot of the time because I feel bad about it. Booyoo! Yeah, my shit gets crusty and covered in paint, and but it always comes back though. Like, hey, I just cleaned this. Hi, crazy. How goes? Oh, I guess I could switch back so you can watch what I'm doing. Heh. Ugh, I need to get a second monitor or something, because every time I click away, it goes away from chat. I can't see you guys. You keep your brushes in a cookie tin? I've never heard of keeping them in a cookie tin. Oh, you mean like a vertical cookie tin? This whole time I was thinking like sewing kit cookie tin, like the short ones with the big round, not the like tall. You're talking the tall. That makes a lot of sense, actually. I like that idea. I think my big problem with organization is keeping it organized. Actually, I can organize like heck, but then remembering to put everything back right when I'm done with it. Because if I don't put it back when I'm done with it, it is over. Okay, yeah, getting mini brushes into a tin like that actually does make sense too. I was thinking things like this that are like bigger than my freaking head. I never went to art school or did any art classes. I've never understood why make a brush so long anyway. Like, who paints way back here? Besides wizards and conductors. Ah, actually, that does make a lot of sense. You can paint, paint, paint. Or if you're your rival, you can just kind of go thwack, hit their brush as they're painting. They're like, hoo hoo hoo, let me fix this nose. Uh-oh, ruined. Yeah, but it's that like learned memory, or I don't remember the specific word for it. Shit. But you get better at something under a specific set of circumstances. Like, if you got Lemmy in front of a crowd and he wasn't drunk, I bet he was real nervous and wasn't as good of a singer. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about Lemmy. I'm not gonna disparage him like that. More control from way back here. Further down towards the base of the handle. Art class. It's sad but true. Also, thank you, Lay, for the explanation. Appreciate. Right, yeah. So then why not just cut it there? If I'm closer to the brush, that's good. Oh, Lee, sorry. Cut it there. Like a pencil. Why do I need all this? I think a lot of people got crazy with A's. Oh, is it like a balance thing, like a sword? Got a longer... Ooh, ooh! No, that's not how that worked. What craftsmanship! It is perfectly balanced. Can you guys hear my neighbors? I wonder. I don't know about y'all, but I stand on my easel. Like literally, I stand on it. I like to stand above my paintings when I'm painting. Kind of hunch over like a bat or a gargoyle when I'm painting. On an easel. Just on an easel though. And if you've never tried it, you should try it too. It's a great time. Tell you what, it'll give you a whole different perspective on painting. I think it's determined that it's for... Oh, thank you! About the lettering. I think we've determined it is for being able to reach your painting as you're standing further away for an easel, blah blah blah. I like the idea that it's balanced. You gotta keep it perfectly balanced like a sword, you know? Pen is mightier than the sword, except it's a brush. Anyway. My brain is craft. You should ask a question so I can talk to you guys about something. Hey, perfect! No, please, ask all the questions you want, Lee. If no one else is talking to me, that's their fault. I have too many jackets. Wait, just vests? I only have a few vests. If we count jackets, I have quite a few more. Yeah. Vests, I only have one that I wear. I have another one that I've retired. And then I've had a couple more, but those have been ultra retired, like, you know, strip the patches and whatnot, and then burn them. Yeah. The stork. The stork, spurs. It's a large bird that comes and then babies. Ultra, same. I hope to be ultra retired. Because I just don't want to hold on to it, and they're not like giveawayable at the point that when I get to the point that I'm like, okay, it's time to just burn it. So it's just kind of a way of retiring it and moving on for me. I don't really love the idea of just throwing it away, because it's just going to go somewhere and sit there. A lot of our clothes are, you know, like lots of plastic anyway, which I probably shouldn't burn. But yeah, it's just like a way to move on, I think. Elsewise, I'd have like 8 vests, and I can't be keeping all of them. Sometime I'll bring out some of the jackets. Exactly, yeah. Like it's just part of ceremony. They've had a good little life. That one, actually, now that you're asking me, this one is not mine. This one here is a friend of mine's that I am working on for him. Commissions. Yeah, I'll often I used to just do patches, pins, studs, all that stuff. I recently, well, I guess leather jackets I've always painted. But I like the look of patches, especially when you sew them on with dental floss. Good stuff. But I like painting too. I think it's a lot of fun and a little bit more permanent. So like, it helps me go, all right, I'm going to make this jacket, and that's going to be the jacket, and I'm not going to keep changing it over and over and over and over and over and over and never be finished with it. Or else I'll end up doing something and then, hating it, and that's no good. I view these guys a lot like a normal piece of art, where at some point you just have to say, I'm done with it. I can't touch it anymore, because if I do, I'm going to fuck it up. Wax thread is sick too. But yeah, dental floss is pretty much just that. And it gives a cool stitchy. Yeah, that's my my everyday jacket that I was just showing you guys. Which is also still a work in progress, but it's one that's just going to be a very slow work in progress. I know what I want to do with it, but I don't know exactly how, or how I want to go about doing it, so I'm just taking my time with it. I'm also just letting it fall apart and slowly sewing it back together over and over and over. It's not good for your education, kiddos. I mean, I guess you could always just go back over it with Sharpie. That would probably make it black. It's not natural, so it would be really more difficult to like dye, probably. Hmm. Boop. Look at those cute little pills. Look at these adorable little pills. Aren't they great? Boy, it's starting to get kind of dark in here, isn't it? Let's fix that. Nice. But we are about, I'm going to probably be doing this till about 7. I'm going to get a quick hold so I can go to the, relieve myself, get a drink, and I'll probably let Nyx out and maybe have Nago go take a nap. So, I'll be back shortly, friends. I hope that you're still here because I can't see your beautiful faces, but I like pretending that I can. Where's the right thing I'm going to here? Here we go. All right, I'll be back. And I'm back. Hi, everybody. Let's get back to the crafts, huh? $34, are you listening in order, Lee? Or are you just kind of jumping around where you want? Well, I usually like to listen to things in order too, because it's just easier for me to put things on and listen to them a lot of the time. So I like to put them on and just say, play it from the beginning and don't stop until I tell you to. I knew I forgot something. Okay, come on. Let's go to bed. Come on, buddy. Good boy. Good boy. Where's the toy? Damn, I'm getting a lot of shadow over here. I can barely see what I'm doing. I'm sure y'all can barely see what I'm doing too. Let's see if we can't fix that. That's a little bit better. Andreas, that is what I want for this stream. You don't have to be good at crafting. All you have to do is do it, right? So I vote next time I'm streaming, which will hopefully be next Sunday. You get yourself like a canvas, you get yourself some crappy paints at a wherever you can find them or whatever, and you just play with it. Do you build terrain for like war games, or do you build terrain for like D&D, that kind of thing? Andreas, you are heartwarming. That's a very sweet thing to say. And I hope you join me. I hope all of you guys join me and keep crafting with me, because this is actually really fun. I've always wanted to have like an art club, but like adult, because like we had them when we were kids. Thanks, get out of the trash. A main attribute or skill to keep up the drive for crafting. That's really hard. I mean, I would say make sure you still want to put some dots in craft eventually. But I think that honestly, what helps me keep crafting and keep doing stuff is like making sure I find myself things that inspire me, or at least like make me, whimsy. Yeah, Lola. So like getting outside, making sure I like am at least mildly active, even if it's just get up and like, take the dogs on a walk and take just a couple moments to actually like look up in the Discord when people do Skytax. That is a blessing. But yeah, I would say dots for me. I think I have at least a couple dots in craft. A little bit in special interests, whatever they are. For me, it's a lot of like video games, gaming, things like that. Nature is a big inspiration for me. But yeah, it's unfortunately, I feel like, at least for me, like the idea of creativity and staying motivated for it is hard to pin down, because I'm going to admit I am a sad boy sometimes and lose all sorts of motivation, and I've found that just being able to keep myself at least in good spirits. I am damned. Well, I mean, as far as like miniature painting, sewing, all that stuff, all that is practice. I mean, especially with sewing. With miniature painting, yeah, you have to have a nice steady hand, but with sewing, all you got to be able to do is guide it. If you're using a sewing machine, or you can always pull the needle out and try again. So, yeah. I always say give it a shot. I can't tell you how many art things I have around this house that I just was like, I want to try it. And then I realized how much I hate it, or I didn't enjoy it, or it didn't click with me for whatever reason, and now I just have it. Find your thing. This stuff, I don't like painting on canvas very much. I'll do it sometimes, just if I need to get something out of me. But I have so much canvas around, and I have all these paints, and I have found things to do with the paint that I like doing. So, I wish I could give you better advice. Homies in chat, help me out here. I'm floundering. Yeah, Lee, that's right. That's kind of what I was trying to say, but worse. if you enjoy doing it, you can suck as much as you want. I mean, you're not trying to make money on it. You're just trying to let it out. Do your thing. Good for health. That discipline part is something I'm not super great at a lot of the time. I gotta work and work and work and work at it. I actually started a little bit late today, streaming today, because I was planning on doing it closer to 3, but I was not motivated to leave the house and get the little doodad I need to use this neat camera right here, this guy. Oh man, I gotta read. Y'all are great. I want to see what you're saying. Yeah. Oh, I think that's just an ADD superpower. The focusing so hard it's a problem. Where like you're like, all right, I'll set 2 alarms for this pizza that's in the oven because I'm gonna keep working on this project, and one alarm will go off, and then another one will go off like 2 minutes later, and I'll know I gotta get up. And then like 8 minutes after your second alarm, you start smelling a little bit of smoke, and I was like, oh, that's a problem. And then you got to get up and go do the thing because you're too focused, or you forget to eat for like a whole day. That's a thing I do too. Hey, yo, playing games is it's inspiration. I mean, This is cyberpunk, you know. Yeah, getting out and in a digital space. Escapism is important. You got to get away from the world sometimes, right? I think. Just sometimes, though, not always. Wait, you were kidnapped by your best friend. It's always nice to be kidnapped by a friend. Those of you who know where I'm at, that is not a suggestion. I don't want to be kidnapped. I have not. I haven't watched a lot of Black Mirror. I am sadly very behind on most medias. I don't have any streaming platforms or anything. Which just means I play a lot more video games. Let that dry. Let that dry, John. We do want to play some Bloodlines soon, but I'm not sure exactly when we're going to. Sarah is going to be pretty busy with school, so her streaming and doing stuff is going to be tough. Bloodlines, I think, to be one of the first games that I stream once I have everything set up and, like, ready to go for sure. So I'll probably experiment with some other games. Fabric Paint. Kind of? It's kind of Fabric Paint. It is Liquitex Basics. Oh, here. It's Liquitex Basics. Shoop. Oh, wait. Here, hold on. I have a thing I can do for this to make it bigger for you. Boop. It's these, or sometimes this kind. Just the shitty paints. And then you mix it with Deco Art fabric painting medium at a 2-to-1 ratio, right? Yeah, a 2-to-1 ratio, paint to medium. Mix it up real good. Slap that sucker on your fabric. Wait for it to dry all the way. Do however many layers you want, and then you iron it in. Make sure it's totally dry though, because it will straight up like stick to whatever fabric you're using to iron it across, or to your iron, as I found out. Oh my god, Bloodlines played by Blank Bodies by chat. That could be wonderful and could be terrifying, which is also kind of wonderful. So, and we're back! Haha! Sorry about that. Apparently I need to keep a better eye on the fact that I'm back. I'm not embraced. Look, you can see me just fine on camera. It wasn't a Lasombra, though I do tend to... Y'all, it is obnoxious how often my electronics do kind of just go haywire for no reason. I'm just saying. I don't know if there's a Lasombra that's been like following me around, poking my shit when I'm not around or when I'm asleep. But frequently my webcams when I'm playing games will short out. I don't know if Sam's still in here. Sam, if you're in here, you've seen it. My mics go crazy. Wild. But yes, it was absolutely just the battery dying. It's charging over there. Luckily I have 2 more. Embrace Golconda. Hell yeah, most people it takes centuries. I got it done in like 8 seconds. I mean, it makes sense though, right? The La Sombra on the ocean floor theory. I mean, it's dark down there. With enough fortitude, you'd be fine. You just got to keep eating. That's what I'm saying. Gould anglerfish, Gould like vampire squid. Oh my god! Like how almost corny would it be? But also real good, right? Yes, absolutely. An Oops All La Sombra game, but they are piloting a submarine. They're treasure hunter La Sombra. Is the Marianas Trench like the oubliette of the ocean? Something to think about. Oh, what was the question? Is the Marianas Trench like the oubliette of the ocean? Dark dungeon, under, only one way in, really only one way out that we know of, which is up. I don't know. It's a fun idea. That does sound dope. Wait, did they really use sonar to measure it? Lee, you can't leave. You just gave me some really interesting information that I didn't know. It's okay, you can leave. Have fun. Have a good night. I appreciate you, Lee. Please come and hang out again. It's been a really fun time. We will craft together! The La Sombra? Yeah, they just go down there like, hey yo, how deep is it? And it's just, the abyss is like, forever. It's forever deep. Sombra's like, no, 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 not you. The ocean. The ocean. Well, friends, it is about that time. I think I'm going to do one more pass real fast on all these letters, and then we're going to wrap up. I was not able to get to the new jacket that I'm going to be working on. Personally, my best accomplished project I've ever done. Oh boy. I think Blade Bodies. I think I'm really proud of it. I think it's definitely the longest lasting like project like this. Yeah, I would think that I think Blank Bodies is probably my proudest project so far. I'm very proud of it. Art-wise, I'm really proud of a jacket that I have that's got Dave Vanian's face from The Damned on it. It's just a leather jacket. It's not super modified, but I'm really proud of how it turned out. I think it looks really cool. It's not fully finished, but I'm doing the same thing with it that I am my denim jacket. Yeah, it is pretty wild. It's been moving pretty quick. I did not... It definitely doesn't seem like we've been doing this for 3 years. Feels like it's kind of gone... it's weird because in project time it feels like it's not been that much time at all, and then when I look at my life, it's like, you know, the office job that I was working for a while. That just felt like I was there for like 9 years. I was only there for 2 before they fired me recently. But it just felt like I was there forever. And then Blank Bodies is just like, hey, do you want to get some mics and do this this podcast? And then bam, we're here. It's wild. You know, it's all good. Thank you, Andreas, but I really didn't like that job at all, so it's cool that I'm gone, and yeah, it's behind me now. Now I am looking into locksmith training and hanging out with buddies on a stream making art, which, in my opinion, is a hell of a lot cooler. Less lucrative, but that doesn't matter because I'm figuring out the money stuff, right? That's what the locksmithing is for. Oh, that's a shame. Are they just like denying PTO? Because that super sucks. We're hoping to maybe try to do some more cons throughout the year, probably next year. So maybe you'll have some other options next year too. Because it'd be cool to meet you in the flesh. And not in like a Zamitzi way, you don't have to worry. Hell yeah. Look at what we got accomplished today, friends. Good for health. Good for health. Bad for education. I'm pretty dang happy with it. And with that, my friends, I think I'm gonna hop off of here for tonight. Yeah. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for hanging out. Oh, and a quick sneak peek, because I didn't get to start on the jacket that I was thinking about. I'll give you a sneak peek at what it's the theme of it is. Ooh, I'm giving you a sneak peek now. Sneak peek at what the theme of it is, but only one of the patches that I'm going to be putting on. Well, stencils that I'm going to be using. I don't know if you can read that like this. So that is that's a hint on what we're going to be working on next time, or continuing to finish this. This is a hint on the next jacket I'm going to be working on. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. It's great to see you. Please hang out again. Love you, bye! Mwah!